Hey guys, it's Nick, and in this video, I want to do an update on what's going on with the whole Robinhood and Citadel, and now the SEC is supposedly getting involved and looking at these trades that President and COO of Robinhood Securities, the clearing part of Robinhood, traded AMC stock 2 days before he announced the PCO, or position close only, meaning people were only going to be allowed to sell their positions, not to buy any new stocks, including AMC. So he knew that a large portion of the AMC buyers who were on Robinhood were no longer going to be able to even buy AMC. And so he sold his stock 2 days before he made this decision to do this position close only. So is that insider trading or what? The SEC is supposedly looking at it, according to Charlie Gasparino. In addition to that, I want to talk about the Citadel drama with them defending themselves on Twitter, talking about how they only learned about the position closing on Twitter and not from Robinhood themselves. However, the timestamps of these documents are a little bit off. So let's take a look at that as well. So Zero Hedge has the article here that the SEC is reportedly looking into Robinhood president's sale of AMC stock. And if you remember on my previous video, I showed on January 26th, he said, "I sold my AMC today. FYI, tomorrow morning, we are moving GME to 100%, so you are aware." And what he meant by that was they were moving GameStop to zero margin or 100% margin, meaning you can only buy GameStop with cash. And then 2 days later, they completely were not allowing anybody to buy GameStop or AMC or any of these meme stocks. So here's the news from Charles Gasparino. Breaking sources tell Fox Business the Robinhood app employee trading scrutinized by SEC enforcement includes those by the firm's president, Jim Swartwout, who sold shares of AMC during the meme stock frenzy. Sources say Hood's position is the trades aren't illegal, story developing. So Robinhood is saying that these trades aren't illegal, and that may be the case, but they definitely don't look good, and they definitely don't look ethical, a lot like how the two Fed presidents in Dallas and Boston were trading millions of dollars in stock when they knew what the Fed was going to do and bail out the market. So maybe technically it's not illegal, but it definitely looks very bad ethically. So I'm sure more is going to come of this now that the SEC is kind of pressured to do something now that this news is out. It's not like they were investigating or doing detective work before this. This news came out, and now if they don't do something, they get blamed that they're sitting on their butts and doing nothing like usual. And in the Citadel news, according to Citadel, they say, "We first learned of Robinhood's trading restrictions from posts on Twitter as evidenced by real-time communications. Our primary Robinhood point person had to ask Robinhood if the Twitter posts on the trading restrictions were fact or fiction." I have a hard time believing that Citadel, their primary market maker, is getting their news about what Robinhood is doing from Twitter. That's a hard pill to swallow, but let's see what they say here. So here the timestamps are January 28th, 8:32 Eastern Standard Time. And they say good morning. And then immediately after they say, "Saw a tweet that you guys are putting GME and AMC into close only, fact or fiction," they're asking. And Robinhood, 3 minutes later, says, "Good morning, that's correct. Was just going to notify you." So this indicates that they didn't notify them, at least from what these messages are saying. So he mentions all the stocks that are going to PCO, and Citadel says they are all moving to closing only, and Robinhood says at the moment, yes. And Citadel asks Equities, options, "Can you send me the official notice?" And he says just equity at the time. However, so this last message is at 8:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, this is the official Robinhood tweet that they're talking about. And it says, "In light of current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only, including AMC and GME, read more here, blah, blah, blah. This post is at 9:56 a.m., January 28th, 2021. So this post is about 50 minutes after these supposed tweets that they're talking about, that the tweet had already happened. So how is that possible? Well, it could be that this is not Eastern Standard Time. Maybe it is Pacific Time or Central Time or something like that. I don't know. Nobody has clarified that yet, but this question has been brought up. So let's see what kind of answer they come out with for this question. So guys, what does this all mean and what's likely to come out of all of this? Not a lot. So in terms of Citadel knowing what they knew when and position closing, and did they have advanced knowledge? Did they get short ahead of this notice? Did Jim Swartwout trade other stocks as well as AMC using his insider information? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But if history is any guide, the SEC is going to pretend to investigate, and they're going to, I don't know, extract some little fine from either Jim Swartwout or Citadel or Robinhood, and they're going to drag this on, and they're going to make everybody look good in the end. Oh, there was some lapses in this and that, and blame it on some low-level somebody and say, we can do better, we're going to pay our fine, we're going to move forward, this is not going to happen again, blah, 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 business as usual, and this is just going to continue. So don't get too wrapped up in the day-to-day, what's going on with this, because you already kind of know what the outcome is going to be. But an unintended consequence that may happen from all of this is people are losing faith in the market, and they are starting to believe that it is not a fair market and even-handed, and that they are somehow getting taken advantage of. And if that happens, that could be the trigger that causes a real market crash. And so you have evidence of this starting already with the outrage over the two Fed presidents in Dallas and Boston that were trading tens or hundreds of millions of dollars of all kinds of stocks when they are the ones voting on the bailout during the pandemic, and they knew what was going to happen and that everything was going to get bailed out, and they are trading stocks ahead of that. So when people see that, and they see that it's like one rule for them and a different rule for us, they get disenfranchised, discouraged, and they take their chips and they go home. And if that happens, watch out with the stock market. And so you see that with the Fed. You see people are starting to grumble about Citadel, talking about Jim Swartwout. And if more of this stuff comes out, that other big executives at Robinhood were doing all kinds of meme trading and stuff like that, or God forbid, they were able to short stocks ahead of that position closing only, that would be like, I don't know. I think people would really start to sour on the market, and of course, Robinhood specifically. And already there's news that new downloads in Robinhood and daily average users in Robinhood is down a lot. Some bank, I think it was Morgan Stanley, just came out saying that they expect Robinhood stock to drop 20% from these levels because of people either not being as interested in trading stocks as they were, or that maybe the easy money was been made, and now if it's not continuing, people lose interest. And that's what happened during the internet bubble. At the time when everything was going up, that's all people talked about. Stock this, stock that, I made money on this, my neighbor made money on that, he bought a car, he did this, blah, blah, blah. When it all came crashing down, nobody talked about stocks, for a really long time. So when you start seeing everybody talking about, I want to quit my job and just day trade every day and all this stuff, we're still at the fever level. When this comes down, that's going to go away. And so if this is the starting point with Robinhood, people are being disenfranchised, disillusioned with trading on Robinhood. Maybe that's the start of it. Who knows? But just because the SEC says they're going to look into or scrutinize or whatever, doesn't mean anything's going to come of it. Matter of fact, they're probably pissed off that they got interrupted from their usual daily activities at the SEC. And if you want to know what the SEC's usual daily activities are, just take a look at some of these articles. Senior level employees earning up to $222,000 are surfing for you know what during the day at work in the SEC. And if you're stressed at your job, just do like the SEC and do this. So guys, that's who's guarding the hen house. So don't hold your breath. And I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.